Welcome to the Minnesota First LEGO League Challenge Coach and Video Series by High Tech Kids. In this series, we will cover information coaches will need to be successful in guiding their team. Please take advantage of these training resources and don't hesitate to reach out with questions. We hope these videos give you a strong foundation for your FLL coaching career. Video number 5, Timelines and Team Management. A quick disclaimer. The techniques and materials presented in this video are meant to be general guidelines. What may work for one team may not work for another, as all teams have their own unique personalities. Season timeline. Here's a general overview of the season timeline. National registration opens in May. However, most teams register in August. There are teams who begin meeting right away when the challenge is released. However, typically teams begin meeting in September. The actual challenge, guidebooks, and game rules are announced the first week of August. A majority of the Minnesota coach training happens in September, followed by coach support calls, which spill into October. October is also when Minnesota event registration is scheduled. Note that event registration is on a first-come, first-served basis, so be sure you know the date and time that event registration opens on the High Tech Kids website. The regional qualifiers happen in November and December. Sectionals occur in January, and the state championship is scheduled in February. Recreational events are typically scheduled in January and March. And the first World Championship happens in April. There are a variety of other postseason events happening in May and June. Now that you have an idea of the timeline, it's time to form your team. First, find a co-coach. Teams are required to have 2 adult coaches. Coaches don't need any engineering experience or programming background, just the desire to work with kids and learn alongside them. Teams come in all shapes and sizes and can be a mix of age and gender. When looking for members, recruit kids from your school, local youth groups, or perhaps simply your friends. The only requirements are that the team size is between 2 and 10 members, and those members are in 4th through 8th grade. Next, you will have to decide where to meet, and meeting locations can vary. They could be classrooms, your home basement, a community room, like a community education building, park and rec, or a library. No matter where you decide to hold your meetings, keep in mind that you will need access to the internet, as well as space that can accommodate the 4-foot by 8-foot robot game table. Once you have found your team and found a place to meet, hold a parent meeting. At this meeting, set expectations. Things like, is there a cost to participate? Will you have a snack schedule? And what time the kids should get picked up? Also be sure to gather their contact information for emergencies. Another good thing to get done at this meeting is to have the parents complete the consent and release form for their children. For instructions on completing the youth consent and release, see the video in this series entitled Required Forms. It's also a good idea to invite them to participate. You never know if someone has a helpful skill or perhaps they know someone who can help. Besides the obvious pile of Lego bricks, you will need a Lego robot. Any current or past robot is legal, including the Spike Prime, EV3, and NXT robot kits. New robots can be ordered from Lego Education or during your national team registration with First. Teams will also want a hard surface to practice running their robot. On the High Tech Kids website, there are DIY instructions on building a practice table, as well as information to purchase something ready-made. Used robots and used practice tables can be found online. Try the Minnesota First LEGO League Facebook page, eBay, or Craigslist. Other materials you will need are the guidebooks that have all the rules and information about the yearly game. Be sure to read these documents each year and share them with your team. The guidebooks are purchased during your national team registration with First. Coaches will have digital access to copies of these guidebooks from their First dashboard. There are an array of miscellaneous and optional items that your team should budget for. They can include team t-shirts, snacks, office supplies for your innovation projects, and supplies for your judging materials. Each year, First LEGO League Challenge teams are tasked to solve a new real-world challenge facing scientists. Some examples of past themes have been water, space, nanotechnology, electricity, and trash. After the challenge is released, teams will typically meet twice a week for about 2 to 2.5 hours to work on their robot and innovation project. Coaches should work together to design a game plan for each meeting. Collaborate with your team to set goals. It could be an overall goal for the season or simply what they want to accomplish that day. Teach them skills such as how to get a research project started, simple building and programming, or how to work as a team. Stay informed by attending the high-tech kids training and ensuring the team understands the game and rules for the season. And then there's the administrative part of the job, ensuring that all team paperwork is completed on time and that you are registered for your Minnesota event. As you move through the season, remember that this program is about the kids and their work. By creating an open and fun environment, you will foster the creativity needed for the team to be successful. Finally, be encouraging and patient with kids as they continue to learn and develop their skills and interests. One of the best ways to support your team is to take advantage of the resources offered to Minnesota coaches by High Tech Kids. If you do nothing else, attend the free yearly coaches training and event calls. The coaches training is for every coach every year. The yearly innovation project will be discussed as well as any changes to the judging format or judging criteria. We also cover the robot game and the robot game rules in great detail. Event calls are the meeting just before your event. In this meeting, we will cover all the anomalies of each venue, such as where to park and what door to enter. There will also be an opportunity at this meeting to ask last-minute judging or robot game questions. Check out all of our training in the First LEGO League section of the High Tech Kids website under Training and Workshops. Early in the season, you will want to check out the tournament schedule and meet with your parents to decide where and when you will be competing. You will also need to decide if you are choosing to compete in the recreational or competitive track. Recreational events are designed for teams who got a late start or perhaps wanted more time with the challenge. Recreational events look just like a regional qualifier with awards and all the hoopla. However, they do not offer advancement to the next level. Teams choosing the competitive track will compete at a regional qualifier in either November or December. Teams will have the opportunity to earn advancement to sectionals, where they will compete again in January. From sectionals, teams may advance to the state championship in February. If a team does not advance from their regional qualifier and they want to play again, they are able to register for a recreational event if there is space available. When registering for a competitive event or regional qualifier, please have 2 to 3 dates in mind. Registration is taken on a first-come, first-served basis, and some dates fill very fast. Once registered, be sure to loop back with your parents to confirm your final date. Registration details can be found in video number 3, entitled Team and Event Registration. Once you have your event date, you can work a timeline backwards. Do this with your co-coach and team to create realistic goals. Stay flexible. Know that your timeline may change or get completely rewritten. Be sure to keep parents informed and keep in mind that kids are ever changing and they may set new goals for themselves. Here are some quick coaching tips to keep you and your team on track. Use the challenge guides. Read the robot game rules, then read them again. Share them with your team and refer to them often. Develop a calendar or timeline to avoid procrastination. And to avoid conflict, be sure parents and students are aware of any team rules or expectations. Start early on the innovation project. I guarantee that none of your kids have joined First LEGO League to do a research project. However, it's something that many kids grow to really enjoy, and it's something special that sets this program apart from others. Leave enough time in your calendar to practice, practice, practice. Practice running your robot in 2.5 minutes with the timer, and practice your judging presentations in front of an audience. Keep a notebook or journal to document the journey your robot takes, the journey your project takes, and the journey your team takes. Bring that notebook into judging to explain your story to the judges. Snacks. Feeding your team is just as important as knowing when they are done and they need to take a break. Remember to have fun, because in the end, that's the point. Building relationships, becoming a team, and enjoying the experience. Email is our main form of communication. To ensure you are up to date on all Minnesota-specific information, Subscribe to the High Tech Kids FLL Challenge General Newsletter and the FLL Challenge Seasonal Newsletter. We also push information out via our social media. Check out our private Facebook group called Minnesota First Lego League, where you can connect with other Minnesota coaches. We know that First Lego League Challenge has a lot of moving parts. The High Tech Kids staff has years of experience coaching and volunteering. We understand. Please reach out to us before you get too frustrated, and we will do our very best to help you out. We can't say it enough. Thank you for coaching. We know firsthand that coaching can be challenging, but we know how rewarding it is. High Tech Kids is here to support you and your team. Don't hesitate to reach out to us with questions. Thank you for watching First Lego League Timelines and Team Management. In the next video, we will cover the judging categories: Innovation Project, Robot Design, and Core Values. Hope to see you there.